Boom. What's good? What's good?
Evening.
E-
Yeah, evening, good afternoon. Evening.
I'm just hoping that there ain't no like some feedback. But good evening all. And look who we finally got today. Look, Angelina.
I'm
Look how long you've been gone
back.
for.
Have we
But
gone that
yeah,
long?
my face is yeah. Well, I mean, we only come in once every week, so it kind of feels long. But
Yes.
yeah, guys. Yeah, but let's hope that she won't be gone again. You dig?
No, I'm
So,
back.
Angelina, you want to introduce who we got today?
Yeah, so we've got I don't even know what's the title for this lovely lady. Community,
Advocate.
general, ambassador,
There we go.
life coach,
Right,
all well-being.
right.
Lovely lady. A woman after my own heart, you know, a good fellow dance advocate, loves to shake a leg, get down, friendly, a lovely person. I mean, social media gives us deception of people that you can't approach people. And this lady is completely opposite. Like she is, you can just approach her and you can have a full-on conversation and literally about the sun and the sky and moon. So without further ado, we've got lovely Phyll. Where is Phyll? Where is Phyll?
Here I am. What a lovely introduction. Thank you, babe.
You're welcome. I'm loving the Phyll K twins. You know, wrapping it up there. You just gotta.
Right.
Yeah, I should have on my twins thing, but we're doing a heart-to-heart thing, so I was conflicted. But that's how most people know me now, so there's no point. You might as well, you know, if it's not broken, don't fix it.
Facts. For
So
real.
yeah,
And
looking
I want to
good,
apologize
ladies.
earlier on. Like, if you guys hear background noise, I'm not in the usual setting.
She's on road. She's on road, people.
But they're on the road, people. Real thing, man. They're on the road. So if anybody see me,
The hot stepping is
yeah,
real. That's it. We keep it real. We do this anywhere, any location.
Isn't it?
Why not?
The show must go on.
For real, and look anyhow, it's fine. It's fine.
Look,
I don't have the famous puff.
I like your little puff.
That will be coming back. That'll be returning. This was just temporary.
Yeah.
Signature. We can't get rid of Amoy's signature. That's what we know Amoy for.
Thank you. Someone's
You can
finally
even,
understanding.
as a silhouette, you can tell that's Amoy.
Yeah, just from behind, like you can see her in the crowd. Yep, there you are. 100 yards away. That's Amoy.
But you know what? Yeah, now that makes me feel like I want to change it because like.
No,
that's
not right. Don't fix it. We just said that.
But you know what? That's true.
Why you want to break it already? Stop it.
No, yeah, exactly. All your photos are with that. You can't. People won't recognize you. They'll be like, "Who's this?"
Exactly.
It's true.
Let them get to know the face first before the hair starts changing.
Do you know what I mean?
They must. This is the only face they gonna see. No cap.
Look how cute that face is.
Like a baby when they just go for the teeth.
You're gonna make me blush.
Stop it! It's like an appreciation society going on here at the minute.
You know what? It's lovely. Well, it's not lovely because we're missing Jerome, but we've got like an all-female empowerment thing going on right now.
Where is Mr. Dance Man? I'm still waiting for him to post a 60-second video audition.
I'm just gonna.
Yo, this is what I'm saying, Phil, and this is what I say every time someone brings it up. These two ain't ready for my moves, and that. You get what I'm saying?
Babe, I was out with you. I see your moves. You know, I know this. I know.
We have someone.
We've got comments. We've got loves already. Phil getting good
Thanks,
Yes,
guys. Oh,
sister.
that's my sister.
Hey, full
Hey,
sister.
sister. Oh, and hi, Dansam. One of my DJ boys from Sound of Music Entertainment.
Shout
So
them
you
out.
The,
can't
Shout them
take you
out.
anywhere. You're like Mrs. Community.
I have
For
fingers
real.
in lots of pies, and I
But that's what
like
we
them
like.
all.
See, the energy, just the bubbliness of you is just so contagious. Is what
In,
we need
when
in
you were
today's
saying about
society.
dancing, I was remembering when we were outside and we went a bit off on the
Mm,
TikTok bit and the
yeah.
polls.
Oh,
I thought you were gonna
oh,
post that. Post that. Oh, Louis is like, oh yeah, that was so much fun
That's
that
like
day.
behind the scenes, like the bloopers of like things that happen. That's coming out real soon. And Hearts are Hearts,
Oh,
like, really
brilliant.
loud. It'll be all the behind scenes is still yet to come. People have not seen the dedication, the laughs, the cries of what we went into for that,
for
Yeah.
real. For real.
especially at
Those,
COVID. So
and
entertainment
that's
for
another thing.
us.
That's
Yes.
another thing. That's crazy. That is crazy. But as we was talking about community, Miss Phil, you know what we gonna talk about today? We gonna talk about the community.
You can ask me whatever you like. I'll do my best. And
No
if you need to
problem.
rein me in, have a bell or something. Ding ding. Hush your mouth.
No, that's fine. That's fine. So as I've seen throughout the podcast where I've seen some of your comments, and some of them we were talking about community and just young black people, not black people, but young people in general, because I know you're heavy on supporting the young people. Like, how do you feel the young people are being portrayed in like the
T-
limelight and
Today's
everything
society.
in
Oh,
today's society? Yeah,
I would not want to be a youth in today's society, put it that way. Um, the things that you guys have to go through and deal with, and that's because of the things that have broken in society on the way
right.
to this point. Um, like losing that community spirit, that community where you felt safe and you knew that everyone was keeping an eye on everybody's kids and everybody kind of knew each other, knew their neighbors, and that we've lost that. And it's not, you don't know what you've got until it's gone, kind of thing.
Yeah,
And that will then go into, single parents and, children growing up with single parents. That, not
mm,
that knocking any single parents, I have a few friends that are, so I know the struggle. But children do need both parents, really, because if you're a single mum and you've got daughters, that's fine, you can teach her everything. You are not a man, you can't explain certain things to a young boy, a young man, because you don't know
yeah,
that position, because you're not a dude, you're a female. The same vice versa with single dads. They can only do so much with a daughter. The daughter would need her mother at some point. So all these what I call sort of bitchy females who try and cut their nose off to spite their face and stop dads who want to be involved in their children's lives
right.
be involved, they won't let them. The only person you're hurting is those children, because they will grow up, they will find out that the dad tried and that you stopped that, and then they're going to hate you, because it's happened to a few friends of mine. Once the
Yeah,
child grew up and was old enough to ask, well, where, why, and this and that, and then found out that daddy was trying to do everything possible, but it was mummy that was stopping daddy being in your life. It ain't daddy that's going to be the one hated, it's mummy. And at
yeah.
the
I
end of
think
the
I saw.
day, a breakup is you break up with each other. You don't break up with the children.
Yeah,
You could be bitter and jealous and whatever, fine, do your thing, deal with it, but don't use the child as a tool. It's not a tool, it's a human being. And you'll end up traumatizing and giving your child so many issues that then come out down the line later with gang bang and bang bang and all this shit and where we are
yeah.
now.
That
And
is
when
true.
you
It's
have
true.
your son doing what he's doing on road and bringing in more money than you are working 5 days a week, and he's paying the bills and running the house, you can't stand up to your son. He's the
That's
man
true.
of the house,
It's true.
and that's
And
where we've got to.
I saw a video on that, like a guy in America, like he had a conversation, and like this guy who runs a podcast in America, like I don't know, but I caught the gist of the video. So he was complaining that his mum was basically telling him this whole time, "Oh, your dad's this,
Yeah,
your
I
dad's that."
posted that. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I either saw it on yours or Little Blazes one.
It
But
would be smart to
I
have
saw.
something like that.
Yeah, I
But
mean, that's sad to watch that video. And apparently, I think he's famous in the States, which is why he's got this court thing going on with these females as well. That was maybe a bigger story. But basically, he was being told throughout by his mum that his daddy was a waste man, was worth nothing, the usual stuff. He then has a conversation and meets up with his dad and finds out that's not the case. And this is 26 years later, when he's 26 years old. He finds out that his mum had been lying, that his dad showed him a stack of letters that he had been writing and things that he was sending, and they're getting sent back. And that young man is now so messed up, not only because of
yeah,
that, but also the abuse his mum caused him.
yeah,
She's
because on top
obviously
of
wasn't altogether there either.
Well, do you
yeah,
think sometimes there's reasons for why women do that? Because I guess every action has a reaction and vice versa. Do you think there is
Absolutely.
something that triggers the parents, the mothers or fathers to say, well, I don't want you in my child's life? Or is it just to be spiteful?
It could be a bit of both. I think what needs to happen is, obviously, if you grow up in that kind of environment and you don't know better, you don't know better. But then
well,
you're the one that has to then break the cycle.
right, it's true.
Somebody has to stop it and break the cycle. So there's a lot of people that have had a really shit start in life, but they still became a success despite that. Some people use it as a woe is me because of it. You won't be successful because of it. You'll be successful despite it.
Yeah, that's
But
true.
it's all about your mental state of mind, and what you grow up around. Like, racism is taught. You don't get born with it. It's all about what is heard in the home. And a lot of people forget that just because kids are young, that they're not going to hear and understand things. Trust me, kids will pick up everything that's going on, the atmosphere, the vibes, everything. They'll pick it up and they will get affected. So at the end of the day, the only people that are hurting are the kids. You're not hurting your ex or vice versa. None of that. You're hurting the kids. That's it. And that should be enough to make you stop and put them forward for everything. Not yourself, not your nails, not your this and your that. Because a lot of the dads give money for the child, don't see their child, but also don't know where the hell their money's going. How about you give me a list of what the child wants and I'll buy it, then I know where the money's going as well, and I provide for my child. No,
Right.
because they want to get their hair done and their nails and their this and their that, look on flick and all that. No, your child. If you want to lay down so quick and rare, unprotected and all that stuff, deal with your child.
But do
But
you
do you
not
feel
think
like
that is controlling though? Sorry, Amoy. Do you not think,
no, no,
because
it's fine.
do you not think that is like controlling if I have to write a list, for instance, to give you for my child? Do you not think it's like they're controlling where the money's going? I mean, I can't vouch for others out there, but I just assume as a mother, if you ask the father for something, it's going to your child. It's not going to go on you, not for
But
you.
that's the thing. There's a lot of females that use the money and it doesn't go on the child. Even when
Mm,
dads ask for receipts of what they use, they don't have it. Why? Why don't you have it, or why can't you give it? Where is the money going? It's not. I can see where you're saying it's a form of control, but on the flip side, it's just knowing that the money you are giving for your child is actually getting spent on what the child actually needs. If it
it's
needs
true.
trainers, if it needs the dentist, if it needs this, if it's that, if you're just giving them cash and you have no idea, and you're still seeing your child isn't getting any new clothes or is still wearing them old shoes, you're going to start asking yourself, where's the money? Where's my money going? You want me
Because
to
that's
give you money for my child, but I can't see my child. I don't agree with that, because it
do
took
you
two
feel
to
like
go down and make that child.
Mm.
that's true? Well, do you feel like that only happens in like the younger generation instead of it being the older generation? Because my generation will be like I would say 25 downwards, or probably 25, or what I say 30 downwards, and then like the generation above me. So like you got your age, my mom's age, and everyone. Do you feel like there's just different morals that come in different generations now?
Yeah, because I don't feel that there are as much morals and values and respect nowadays as my generation, for example. You know, there's a lot of there was a I think it was in the 90s, early 90s, there was a lot of young girls wanting to get pregnant because they wanted to get a flat for free. You know,
Yeah,
when you're a young child having a child and you're still learning, what are you going to teach the child? Don't
Mm.
get me wrong, there's been loads of generations where you've had, you know, unwed mothers and single parents and stuff, and years before they got a lot of the brunt of it and that. But you know, you have to remember a child is involved, and it should be about that child and the focus of that child, not about your relationship with your ex, not about
yeah.
who your ex is with now or who you're with and whatever. You have to learn how to co-parent to raise that child to the best of your abilities. If you're not fully educated because you had them young, there's nothing to stop you going and learning stuff as you grow, you know. But if you I find there isn't a lot of self love and self respect in a lot of the young people nowadays. A lot of the girls want their man to respect them and rare, 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 but you have no self respect for themselves. But how can you
Exactly.
have them respect you when you don't respect yourself? It
That's
doesn't
true.
work like that. It starts self love and self respect within. Because if you don't, no one else will. And because you have to start with yourself first.
But
And
that's because
there's
a
been
lot
a
of
lot
young
of
females.
trauma.
I feel like that's because young females follow a lot of trends, like the trend of being in the. So do you know how I saw something like I heard someone have a discussion. There was like that being independent girl, or there was that being that girl who feels like she's independent but wants to what like kind of earn off her man. So there's a song that goes something when some eight figure she wants a man with an eight figures in his bank account, basically. But nowadays girls is taking that as that's their independence, and that's not really independence. It's a false narrative that has been put out and been pushed because of this generation that we live in.
Yeah. I mean, there's nothing wrong with a woman being independent, don't get me wrong.
Nothing.
But relationship should be about when they're going to be serious. It's about what that person can add to your life
Right.
in a good way, not add drama, add bullshit, add no. It's about what value they can add to your life so that you can both move forward positively. If someone's not adding to your life and causing you all kinds of stress and that, it's not the one. It shouldn't be that hard. But there's nothing wrong with a woman being independent. But then when there is a nice guy that comes along, appreciate what they do, appreciate who they are, appreciate the little things that they do. There's a lot of females that don't appreciate the little things that matter. It's not all about flash and big and no. Actually, when all that goes, what have you got? You've got to be able
It's
to have
true.
communication, be able to
It's
have
true.
conversation. You know, everyone's too busy to lay down and lay down with friends, and you're all basically sleeping together and you all know about it. What happened to girl and boy code? What happened to that? Because there is none anymore. Because my man's sleeping with my man's girlfriend and she's sleeping with the best friend's cousin, and they all know. Like, what is going on, people?
I love
It's
that.
that
Shut
All those
them.
generation.
mixing.
Them close. Self-respect. Shut them. Might get a
It's
decent
that
man.
generation.
You know what I
Yeah, no,
mean?
it's true. It's true. It's that generation that we live in because now, yeah, no. It's
Yeah, and that's because as well of lack of a community that you don't have. Because if you still had the community and the aunties of the area and so called, you wouldn't be getting to that.
you wouldn't get this man's sleeping with this girl and that girl. You wouldn't get that. As much as you had that back in the day, it's more now, and it's more acceptable in this society where no one respects themselves as being human.
I think it's a
beings.
numbers thing. I think it's all about numbers, and I think it's all about to say I've done this and I've done that. It's about the clout. It's about I can big myself up, but people don't actually realize what you're doing to people.
Yeah, but not just what you're doing emotionally to the people who think they're in a relationship with you or whatever. Think about your health. You're not even, like I was saying, don't be a fool. Protect your tool. You're going around sleeping unprotected, yeah, and they're not thinking about just maybe getting pregnant. You're not even thinking about the disease that you might be giving each other because you're all sleeping with each other's friends, cousin, brethren, whatever.
Oh my goodness. So basically, guys, if you are having unprotected sex, we would advise you that you regularly get checkups. Be responsible adults and responsible people, and make sure you are checking yourself out. We can't obviously condone or not condone your behavior. I'm not even sure that's the right terminology. It's your life, you live it, but just make sure you protect yourself and protect others.
Yes. Think of your health.
Health as well.
For real, we ain't here to condemn you for your actions.
Nope.
That's one thing.
No, it's just old school telling new school about how it is. Okay, hit me with the next one.
I think Amoy's got a question.
That is so true. Health is wealth. Can you lot hear me? I think
Yes.
I've been lost.
No, you froze for a second, but you're back. Oh, see this internet business messing everything up.
It's a bit mad. I'm gonna see if my internet's okay. So
yours is all right.
I don't even know. Can you not hear me?
Yes. Can you hear us?
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
My internet. I think my internet's gone funny now, guys. Oh Lord. Oh, mine's is all right.
Is it all right? Can you hear us now? Are you with us?
So
Are you back?
My question that I was gonna ask was, as we all had the Euros the other day. Wait, can anyone still see me?
We're getting into it.
I think I've gone frozen. I don't know.
No, I can hear you.
I don't even know what's going on.
Slow motion. This is what technology. This is what the world has come to. We are like technology is taken over, and there's no human interaction. And look what happens.
No human interaction is not allowed.
Over the last year, it's been all Zooms and Microsoft Team meetings and all these different things.
Yes, trying to program you into the norm, the new norm. But yeah, I think she was going to ask about the football.
I don't even want to get into the football because we're just never going to get off the subject. When we're going to run over time. I know it's coming. I want to leave that to Amoy because I was just literally before we came on was signing a petition. Apparently, there's a petition going out about to stop online racism for the young kings that we have.
I mean, the funny thing is, they want to constantly go around censoring the conspiracy theorists for posting fake information, and they want to pass an internet bill as well, so they have more of a control. But why didn't you think about something like that for cyberbullying and all the pedophiles online? Why are you just doing it now to censor people trying to give an alternative view? Something fishy there.
She's back. I think with that, because there's one with Britney Spears that has been going out for maybe the last year. So I guess it just depends on what the subject is and if people are attracted to it. I guess it's also a media influence thing. It's not just for the nitty gritty stuff like poverty and child slavery and water aid. It's for things that are going to bring light or to the media, really, to big up the media.
But unfortunately, the media itself is basically supposed to be unbiased, but it's censoring everything left, right, and centre. They're not showing the news like they're used to, and not just with regards to the COVID situation, but for example, there was forest fires in my country of Cyprus, and there were also Hurricane Etna that was taking out Barbados and the Caribbean, some of the Caribbean islands. Did we see any of that on the news? Nah. Did we used to see that on the news? Yeah. So why are you not showing us a situation that is going on in someone's country where we have family and we need to know to make sure they're okay? But all you can post is about COVID, tennis, and football, because that's all that matters. And in fact, COVID didn't even come into it when it came to the football. It's like, yeah, football, yeah, COVID. Who, what are you talking about? What's that? Forgot all about that. Because it's all right.
Money situation.
And everything.
Money situation.
Because this COVID thing is a money making thing. Like
money. Yes, it's all about money, control, and power.
And speaking
like
of football,
Boris said in his speech. Sorry, I'm going to cut you before I forget. You know me.
No, it's fine.
Like Boris said in his speech when he was chatting the other day. Second, we must change the tools we have been using to control human behavior. Did you catch that, people? Or would you like me to say it again?
Say it again for the people.
Control human behavior. Get it yet?
But that's what social media does. It's literally there to manipulate you into doing what the internet's made to do.
Yeah.
It's all kind of, you look at this and you say you want that, and controls your behavior, controls your mindset, controls how you think, how your day-to-day life goes. Yeah, it literally programs. Like I don't allow my daughter to have too much screen time for that reason. Because then you always notice that she'll say things that she's seen, especially if it's like American, or her friend in particular, she has like an accent and it's so cute. And it's only the other day that me and her mum sat down, we've realised, well, me personally, she may have realised well before I have, that her daughter had this accent from watching a certain programme constantly. And it's so cute, but it also just shows you how much the internet influences you, because they're under 3.
And don't forget, kids are sponges. They picking things up all. Do you know what I mean?
It's so true. That's so true. They pick it up like it's nothing. And
honestly, it's so bad. Like my nan, she's from the Caribbean and she has an accent sometimes. So my daughter comes home, she'll be like, "Oh, my mother." I'm like, "Sorry?" She's like, "Yeah, my mother come here." I was like, right, this is what happens when your 2-year-old is with a Caribbean grandma. She picks up on the accent.
Yeah. But if you think about it, we have all been programmed for a long time.
Yeah.
What is it when you watch TV? It's broadcasting, like a witch's spell.
You're taking the place of Jerome, because this is something he would literally say. I feel like his spirit is right here, right now.
I've got you, Jay. I've got you, Jerome. Don't worry, mate. Got ya. But think about it. Everything we do, we watch everyone who's famous is on TV, is on social media. So there's no getting away. You know, you follow the trends, you follow back in my era, again, to go back, people used to look like individuals. Now everybody looks like Kim Kardashians. No one has their own unique look anymore, or their own unique style. Yeah, social media, I went on there, not because I want likes and shares and all that bullshit. I went on there because I wanted to support the twins, who are the best dancers in the world, and to support. Most people are on there because they want to just give it the filters and, you know, talking about self-respect. If you're showing half of your body on the gram, for the gram, what are you keeping private for your man?
I think that comes down to kind of, it's money orientated, self-respect, like you said, but it's just, I think also that some people lack that kind of confidence or love in the human world, so they go out there into the World Wide Web and they get it. Because if you're not getting that love at home, you're not getting the compliments, but you're getting it from strangers, then maybe there is an underlying issue. Maybe
Exactly,
deeper
which
than
is you
what we
need to
think.
focus. Exactly, that's why we need to help and focus on the young people, is because we need to find out what that issue is. Where does it stem from? Most of the issues most of us have stem from our childhood. So we need to figure out what it is, why it is, and how to fix it to be able to move forward. But everyone's too focused on the social media pages and who's doing what and what postcode is where. And take a step and a breath back, people. Calm yourselves and realize what it is you're doing. Like, is you know, if somebody comes and does something to you, is your grand friends going to be there to help you, and you're about the likes and the shares? Are they going to be in your life to help and support you? Some shit goes down? No. Pay attention to the people that are in your life, that are good in your life, that can help support you and push you forward. That's why I like getting involved in all these things where it's about support, like Hearts of Talent and helping the young, like Chris Preddy OBE and the Village, helping getting the young out of the gangs and into something that they want to do and enjoy and get something out of it for their future. You know, Black Wall Street London, that's another one I'm involved with. Again, supporting Black-owned businesses, because why not? There isn't that support there. Rudy Liquid and his platforms, you know, comedians don't have awards or recognition of any kind, really. So the comedy festival that Rudy's doing is brilliant. I love my comedy. I can't wait. And it's not just comedy, it's an all-day thing. There's going to be like a fair thing for kids. It's over 3 days. You've got options of comedians and everything, you know, and it's again, it's a community thing like we used to do back in the day. It's needed. We need to cut from now and go back to basics, because all that the internet has done is made us stupid, because we don't use our brain as much. We rely on everything on our phones, all this tech and everything. Who remembers phone numbers and addresses anymore, or dates of things? Because everything's on your phone. You rely on your phone. You forgot to rely on your brain that was given to you before all the tech. You know, there's a lot of things that you need to go back to basics, you know, natural remedies. It doesn't have to be about all the chemicals and the meds all the time, because there's going to come a point where that's going to run out.
But don't you see how they're getting slack for it now? Because even certain influencers, you get me, certain influencers are going back to the natural way. Like, for example, Molly May is going back to her natural ways, because she even stated herself she made so many mistakes because of when she was younger, and she's now had to reverse it. Like, and that's because she grew up watching people look a certain way and she wanted to look that certain way, and now she grew up to regret it. And it's just that and this is what social media doesn't do, or people in general don't do. They're not transparent anymore. Like, everyone's just like it's just
it's a front. Everyone's got a front. Why?
That's basically it is.
That means what you see is what you get. You don't like me, see you later, bye. You're not really impacting my life. I don't care.
No,
as long as the people that matter to me know the score and know what it is, and if I'm out of line, I will get brought right back down. And that's the kind of people you want in your life. They're going to bring you back down to the ground when you're starting to get all, no. Come back to earth, check yourself and carry on.
Yeah, that's
and
true.
There's not a lot of that going on because of the issues that the young have had to deal with. And I can't even imagine all the different levels of different shit, excuse me, that they have to go through and deal with. I would not want to be a teenager right now.
I think it's, in a sense, I can only talk because I just came out of, I'm still a teenager, even though I just turned 20. But like, how I see
to be 20 again.
Baby. I'm much older, but she's still my baby.
She's everybody's baby. Look at those cheeks. Look at it. Sorry.
I can't take Phil anywhere because she literally just makes your day. It's so, well, literally that ray of sunshine people need in like a dark
Tell that
place.
to my sister. She can't take me anywhere. I'm always causing some kind of something.
No, it's fine. But I think I even lost my train of thought.
Sorry.
No, it's all right. No, what was I gonna say? No, yeah, I was gonna say, like, I think it depends on. Sorry, I'm just getting passed left, right, and center. Like, it's mad. Like,
You told him
it's
not to interrupt, didn't it? He's interrupting. That's a strike one.
you know what? You know
Need a
what?
do not disturb sign. That's what you needed.
That was my mum. Like, that was actually, you see what I'm saying? Every podcast, you will not see her, but she's somewhere. Do you get what I'm saying?
In the background,
Yeah.
innit?
She's
Lingering.
somewhere. She's just lingering. But that was my mum. But I was saying, like, I think it depends, like, how you grew up as a teenager and what kind of
Yeah.
teachings you got. Because for me, like, me and my friends, like, I don't do this fake thing with me and my friends. If you're wrong, I'm not gonna tell you, oh, I'm not gonna congratulate you for your wrong. I'm gonna check
Yeah.
you right there and then. I'm gonna
But
tell
that's
you.
what a true friend is.
But that's what has been now flipped as a lie, where true friends are no longer true friends no more because no one knows how to tell the truth. Like, some people will stick and see what their friend is doing and know what their friend is doing is wrong, but won't say nothing. For me, that doesn't work for me because I'm telling my friend straight up. Like, I have one best friend. Me and her go back and forth, back and forth. But that's because I tell her
You
all the
care.
time, of course I care. And I would never want, like, none of my friends, I would never want them to go down a path where it, it leads to ruining their life. So I'm always the one that's like, you know what? Check your decisions because don't know why you're doing that. That's stupid. And then they'll get upset with me, but then, like, probably I would say,
Realize you had their back.
yeah, but they'll get upset with me for like 2 minutes because how can you stay mad at like this? This is crazy.
Because it's
You
too close to the
see?
heart. It's when you have a good friend, like my best friend went through a situation that we didn't expect she was going to go through. And she cried and we had a talk for hours. And I sat there and I was like, I'm not giving you sympathy. I'm sorry. If that's what you wanted from me, you're not going to get it because it's not I told you so
You
moment.
called the wrong person.
It's not that I told you so moment, but it's the fact of every time somebody gives you sympathy, you will never get out of that situation. You will never understand. You have
You're
to actually go
enabling.
through things. Yeah, you're enabling certain things to happen. That's what people don't understand. As much as you are nice and they're your friend and they have feelings, you're the only person that can break down that barrier if they don't allow other people to do it. Because I know certain people, if I was to tell them something, which I've had done in the past, they'll be like, oh, but you're jealous, you're this, you're that, throwing things at me. I'm like, well, love, if I was jealous, I wouldn't be speaking to you. It's not what jealousy does. I'm actually caring for you, for your situation, for a life or death situation that you may be going through. And you're turning around and telling me that I'm jealous. Like, nobody else has told you what you're doing. So
Yeah,
it has
people
to
can't
be.
tell the difference between cussing and having your back. Like a real true friend, if your best friend can't tell you about yourself, who's going to?
It's true.
Yeah.
It's
Do you know what I
true.
mean? It's your, and it is about how you grow up and the people you surround yourself with. If they're the ones that can't tell you when you're out of line, who's going to tell you? And if nobody tells you, then boy, you're down the wrong road for a whole lot of things to happen.
Yeah, no, that's true. And that's why I tell my friends, I'm like, I always say to people, I'm very transparent when it comes into people, like with family members and just people in general. I'm like, if I'm wrong, don't sit here and say to me,
And allow me, yeah.
yeah, don't allow me to make a wrong decision, or don't allow me to talk something that's not true, or don't allow me to do something that's wrong. Like, I want all my friends to be like to me, if they see me do something wrong, or if they hear me say something wrong, it's a thing, oh, when you know you're wrong. And I'm the type of person where I'm just like, you know what? Shoot. Like, I was
Yeah.
wrong. My bad.
I mean, listen, we're all young ones. We all made mistakes. Mistakes are important because they make you grow into the person you become. But also from your mistakes, you have to listen to the guidance provided to you by people who've been there, done that, got the badge and the t-shirt and the hat and the videotape. Do you know what I mean? There's I remember I always used to argue with your parents, and you moan about them because it's like you feel like they're cutting your feet when you're trying to do stuff. But it's a protection. It's because
it is.
I've been there. I've seen what can go and happen down this road, but I know this side of the road is clear. But for some of us, We have to feel it for ourselves. We have to go down that road, fall down, mash up ourselves so that it sticks and we get it. So next time we know our value and we know our worth and we know what is a yay and what is a no. So we'll take a different path next time and stop it from reoccurring, because you can't keep doing the same thing all the time and expecting different results in our work like that.
So, but do you think stuff like that is because of trust issues? Like, do you think youth nowadays will not speak the truth of what's going on, or don't want to tell you what's going on in case they have, I don't know, that repercussion of somebody cussing them, or they can't handle the truth? Like,
well, yeah, because nowadays it's not about handling truth or hearing something. It's about, I'm going to come chop you up. Because and none of the youth are actually honest with each other, because like I said, you've got a group of friends, there's no girl code, there's no boy code, everybody's sleeping with each other behind each other's backs, thinking nobody knows. And what is that exactly? Oh mama, I gotta find out, I'm gonna cut him, why? You're sleeping with a next girl anyway. What's the problem? Why you gonna cut up some man for sleeping with your girl when you're out sleeping with a next girl anyway?
It's true.
It's all wrong. It's all wrong. Mental state and everything is all wrong. You ain't a man going around chopping people up with a. Back in our day, again, God, it's like a sketch show, isn't it? Back in my day, right, when there was a conflict, it was a man-to-man thing, or a woman to it. It was a one-on-one, no weapons. It was about fists. Men fight. If you think you're a man because you got a gun or you got a knife, I'm sorry to tell you, you ain't shit. You're moist, because it takes a man. What are you like without your weapon? Can you still stand there and defend yourself, or are you going to run like a
meow?
Yeah.
I can, because I'm a Leo. I will meow you all day long.
No cap. And it's true. It's true. Like, Phil, what you're saying is hits the hammer on the head. Like, and I explain this. So I say the same thing. Like, I would prefer if the boys nowadays, and even my brother, because I got an older brother and a young brother. My older brother's more clued up. My young brother, he's all right. He's because who his mum is, but like, but I keep explaining to him, like, we live in a generation where, again, it all comes down to a generation, because I feel like I've said this so many times, and it's true. It's a generational thing, which I like to say probably leads to a generational curse because of what elders have done, because of what the standard that elders set. It's fallen on us for us to handle.
Yeah,
and
it's
just cursed the rest
liquidated.
of us.
It's been diluted.
Yeah.
And that's why we're at where we're at. I remember something my brother said to me when I was younger, and it stuck with me throughout my life. And considering a lot of girls have older brothers and whatever, depending on what the brother's behavior is as well. But my brother said to me, I want you to be the kind of girl, I don't want you to be the kind of girlfriend I want to date. I want you to be the kind of girlfriend that I want to take home to mum.
Right.
Serious, yeah.
That's it.
It's true, but that's the
Next
thing.
shot, boy.
Those have gone, and it also come down to their parents. Like, come down to their parents.
Oh, we got cute.
It comes down to kind of like what happens at home. If you can tell your parents what's happening, if you can tell, I don't know, some people may not tell their parents that they're sexually active, but
then if you've got siblings and you've got older siblings, you can go to them and speak to them. And then it's basically down to the older sibling to teach the younger ones. If mummy and daddy are busy working, it is down to keep the family thing going, and the respect, and the older siblings has to then pass it down.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. Because I feel like that's how it works with me and my siblings. Like, because I'm the middle child, so I've got to fend for my younger one. But my brother, my older brother, who's the head, has to fend for me and my little brother, because he needs to. He understands that he has a responsibility as an older brother, and I feel like him as my brother as well. Like, he's not that. Sorry, I got some guy who's looking at me, and that guy is my brother.
He ain't heavy, he's your brother.
He's just.
Tell him to
Did
go away.
you?
We're talking about him, not to him.
He's like, stop talking about me. But as I
It's
say,
nice
like,
stuff. But
it's a
yeah,
responsibility. I feel like
yeah,
certain people just didn't have that way where sometimes your older siblings may like agree with your actions, but because they don't want to say nothing and they don't want to deal with it, they just tend to not say something. Because I can say I've done it once in a lifetime for my younger brother. And when he
yeah,
came to me sometimes and he was doing wrong, I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh yeah, I didn't call him
exactly.
none of his wrong actions. I sometimes I would sit here and agree. I'll be like, oh, I don't even care. Like, do whatever you want to do, but not realize that's caused something where it's like, no, you need to tell him this is wrong. Don't do that.
Yeah.
And
But
I
it's
guess
like
I
you
had
said,
to
it
check
all
myself.
starts from the home. It's all
It
about how
does,
you're brought up at home, what you are taught at home, and then you're going out into the world showing what you are, what home is, I guess, you know.
basically.
And if there are issues at home, then you have to be the one to make the difference and change the cycle so that your children don't go through what you had to go through, and make a success despite, not because of, and have the rest of your life suffer because of what happened, and not be able
Of
to
course,
change it despite of. Because there's a lot of people that have made their such a success of themselves and had a really, really crappy start,
of
but didn't
course.
let that stop them.
Yeah, I got to look at the people that, again, success and crappy starts. I got to look at the people in England, for example, the most successful black people that grew up back then and right now, and not even just black people, just successful colored people in general, where they
Yeah.
had to go through the racism and, still, what's the word? Still go high and
So,
above
yeah. I mean,
and
you got
still
to
be
think,
successful.
the elder generation went through a hell of a lot and fought for you guys to have the freedoms you have now.
Mm. But don't you think that still carries on now?
No, because
Because
the youth now don't really give a shit about nobody really other than themselves.
I beg to differ because
Most.
yeah,
You're like a freak of nature. You're like, there's, don't get me wrong, there are some lovely young people out there doing amazing things. It's that small minority that always gets the bad rep for what they're doing, but that's because of their surroundings, where
yeah,
they're living, what support do they have, what things can they do, what, like, they've taken away the youth clubs and everything, they've taken everything away from the youth, but and then expect them to do what?
yeah,
So
it's true.
the glam life, so to speak, of the gang life and money quick and rare, without even realizing what you're getting yourself into, and if you can get yourself out of, when you're not giving them anything else, that's what they're going to get pulled into. So
It's
why
true.
not provide them with football skills, or what do you call it, apprenticeship stuff for music, like with Hearts of Talent, which is what we're
Exactly.
doing, providing opportunities for them to do something that is slightly different to the norm of all these talent shows.
Right.
It's community based.
I could
It's
see.
not just in one area. We're doing 32 boroughs, if I'm correct,
Yeah, we're doing 32
and
hours
and giving a load of young people from, what's the ages again,
from
8 to
8 to 30.
30,
Yeah.
8 to 30 years old. So don't think it's finished for you because you've reached a certain age, to come and show off their talent
Of
instead of
course.
letting
Of
it go
course.
to waste. Give people opportunities, give them something back, instead of, it's a give and take, and they're just constantly taking from us while we're constantly giving.
But speaking of giving and taking, look how we gave our all in the Euros to get that back. That was
Well, that's,
crazy.
I think it's absolutely disgusting. And again, it goes back to what I was saying about the internet and that. Why don't you find out them accounts that did all of that bullying, cyberbullying, really, and racism, and go to their house and give them a nice hefty fine instead of shutting all these accounts that you consider fake news, and actually go and shut accounts down of people that are ignorant racists. Because if the boys hadn't missed those penalties, they would have been flipping heroes and everything would have been lovely jubbly and yeah. Why is it that the media and everything wants to rise you up just so they can shatter you back down and step all over you? It's the normal thing, but people forget it's a game, guys. It's just football. There are bigger things happening in the world than bloody Euros. But again, when it's the Euros and football or tennis, no COVID in sight. Oh, we're going to go back to COVID again now, and whatever, which basically to me shows if the Euros were, if this was a real scary blah, blah, like they were trying to make out to be, do you really think the Euros would have actually gone ahead, or any kind of sport? If this was actually a killer, come on, people.
Do you think that 60,000 people will be in one area, all sitting by each other, bearing in mind, right? Like, come on.
But yeah, okay, so there's 80,000 people in Wembley. That at some point going to have to leave Wembley to go home, which means you're going to mix with everybody else who may or may not be jabbed. You're all mixing because you're all either consoling yourselves because you lost or celebrating because you made it through and blah, blah. You're not thinking about, oh, should I be hugging this drunken man or kissing him on the cheek because I'm happy for the football, and everyone forget about COVID, which we know is not really what they've made it out to be. I don't want to get you lot shut down. I've got to be careful what I say. But
no, do you know what? I agree. I guess I can say this on my own social media platform because this is hearts to hearts. Like, we tend to not like not say too much, but we tend to just monetize what we say but if we were to talk on our own accounts, if we were to talk on Instagram, we can go buff for this.
Oh no, they'll probably block me and close me off or stop me from posting it because, you know, I'm one of those. But
it doesn't matter. People are posting their truth. It's human rights, and like we were saying before the show, it's human rights, and that's what they're taking away.
Well, yeah, they've now made it against the law now to protest peacefully. So if you go to peacefully protest now, you can get arrested and jailed for up to 10 years, but a rapist doesn't get as much. You're going to arrest me for peacefully protesting up to 10 years, but the racists and bullies on the other day, that's all right. They can go free. You know, all of that stuff is okay, but you're going to arrest protesters who are peacefully protesting about the fact that you're taking away our human rights and our freedoms. You're censoring us left, right, and centre. If the media was the media it used to be before, then why are you not showing other disasters going on in other countries where people have families to let us know to check on our families? It's just a joke. The government it's a joke. They're puppets. And as I was saying to Amoy beforehand, it's surprising to me how many that NHS workers are not aware of the yellow card scheme on the government site, which is where it will tell you how many deaths and severe lifelong side effects have happened with all of the vaccines. It's all on there. And that's just the ones that get reported, which I think is about 1% that gets reported. So imagine what's on there and times it by how much of not being reported, because they don't even know there's a scheme to report it to. If the NHS workers don't know about the yellow card scheme, that for me is worrying. Why don't they know? Because then they can push the narrative that they're trying to push to jab everybody because it's for their own good. Actually, no, what they're doing now is they've got the shedding situation going on for the unjabbed, where there's some sort of transmission, and you're going to transmit onto your children, causing them health issues, even if you don't want them to be jabbed, because you shouldn't touch the children at all. Because if you jab your child, they will die. It's not for children. Again, do your own research. There's been loads of info put out. Go find out for yourself. I've provided the links many a time, but people are just too lazy to go and look or too scared. But don't make me a liar when the information I'm providing you, mostly, a lot of it comes from the government site. The government site also states that the highly contagious infectious diseases, that corona has not been one since March of 2020, last year. So why are we still doing this shit? And if it was just the beginning and we didn't know last year, they would have updated that information. It is still there that corona is no longer a highly infectious, contagious disease. Yet we've still been locked down. We're getting jabbed. We're having to wear masks. We're still having to follow rules. And nah, sir, enough is enough now. And we're getting bigger with every month. More people keep waking up and seeing what it is for real. That is why London is probably behind the double jab, because people that had the first one don't want to get the second because they've realised what's going on.
Well, Phil,
got to fight for the kids and fight for the rights. Let's go.
For real. And you said it all. So, guys, if you didn't hear it, then you got to watch us again because, you know.
Because he who cannot hear must feel. And people are going to feel it hard when shit starts to kick in.
Trust me.
But on a lighter note, 3rd of August, Amoy, what we doing?
So the 3rd of August. Wait, hold on. Is that Rudy's one?
No, that's Brent Cross, isn't
it? Yeah.
You announced it last week, remember?
Yeah. Do you know what? My mind got so blank. But 3rd and 4th of August, everybody who is watching, we're going to be at Brent Cross. So if you sing, dance, rap, spoken word, filmmaking, make sure you guys head down to Brent Cross. That's the center of Brent. So come on, come down, show your skills, do your thing.
Live auditions, people, live auditions. Although the online auditions are still happening right now.
And you go. I think we've lost.
Looks like I'm about to lose you.
Of course. All the live auditions are still happening online. So you guys can still submit. Make sure y'all submit. Because you don't want to miss the good things. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to miss that. You don't want to miss that.
We're giving you enough time to get your audition ready for the live. So get to work. Get working and practicing and whatever. And we'll see you on the 3rd.
On the 3rd and 4th of August. So thank you everyone for joining us. So thank you, Phil. Thank you, Phil, for coming on today.
Thank you for asking me.
As much as we're in different settings. No problem. As much as we're in different settings.
It's all right. The love connects us. The love is real.
For real, it is. It's real love. And I don't know what happened to Angelina, but I'll
her internet. Her. She need pigeon, innit?
Trust me. Well, before you go inside, hold on. So, guys, I want to thank y'all because I'm going to lose connection very soon. So, I want to thank you guys. Thank you, Phil, once again. I've been Amoy, she's been Phil, and we have told you what's going on in the world today and in the community. So, make sure you tune in next week for Two Hearts, guys. And thank you. Thank you so much.
Bye.
This one I do with the jabata. Me, I no get time, I did da. Dada cover my face, calling me like ba. Now. Yeah.